The industrial organization approach to competitive advantage advocates that the external or the industry factors are more important than the internal factors in a firm achieving competitive advantage. A pleasant day to everyone. This is Mom Julina Reyes, and for today's discussion for our strategic management class, we are going to talk about the industrial organization approach. I would like to welcome everyone to Miss Reyes' class. Let's begin our discussion with looking back to our last topic, which is the process of performing an external audit. So, in performing an external audit, we should always remember to involve as many as managers and employees as possible kasi sabi po natin, para maging effective ang ating strategic management plan, we needed to have committed employees. How are we going to have committed employees? Through involving them sa lahat ng mga processes and yung mga kailangan gawin on performing yung mga iba't ibang aspect ng ating strategic plan. Okay, so one of this aspect is performing an external audit. So, kailangan as many as managers yung ma-involve po natin. So, in the first step of external audit, we have to gather competitive intelligence. So, alam niyo naman na marami tayong in-involve, okay, na employees and managers dito sa ating process. So, we need to divide the group into smaller groups through providing committees. So, yung mga committees na yan, may mga leads sila, okay, na i-handle, okay? May mga tao silang i-handle dyan para mas maging productive po sila. And then, these persons can submit periodic scanning report to a committee of managers charged with performing the external audit. Mamaya madidiscuss na natin kung ano-ano yung mga part ng external audit na tinatawag po natin. Okay, so yung second step po natin is to assimilate and evaluate information. So we have already know na nag-gather na sila ng kanilang mga intelligent information, right? So after nilang makagather ng mga information na yan, kailangan po nilang i-submit, right, into a periodic scanning. At lahat ng information na yan, kailangan i-evaluate po natin. So, a meeting or series of meetings of managers is needed to collectively identify the most important opportunities and threats facing to the firm. Alam po naman natin that in a firm, marami talagang opportunities and threats na kakaharapin yan. Pero kailangan lang po talaga natin na magkaroon ng ma-identify natin kung ano yung mga importanteng opportunities and threats. Para natin masasabi na importante kapag kaya po natin na i-combat, okay, or bigyan ng solution yung opportunities and threats na na-represent or na-collect ng mga employees and managers po natin. Kasi sayang naman kung we keep on battling with these threats na hindi naman talaga natin kayang i-combat. No, parang we should choose our battle. Kung ano yung mga kakalabanin po natin, ano yung mga i-grab nating mga opportunities. Okay? So, the third step po natin is prioritize the list. After natin na ma-identify kung ano yung collectively yung mga information that is needed for the performance of the external audit, kailangan natin i-prioritize yung list. A prioritized list of these factors could be obtained by requesting that all managers rank the factors identified from 1 for the most important opportunity to 20 for the least important opportunity or threat. Para hindi tayo mawala dun sa focus natin, kailangan is i-identify po natin which is the priority and which is less or hindi gano'n masyadong kailangan i-priority po natin, no? Para alam natin kung ano yung bibigyan pa natin ng mas laking effort. Para hindi lahat ng strength natin ay napupunta sa dami ng list natin. So, the final list of the most important key external factors should be distributed, okay, communicated sa lahat, okay, widely in our organization. Both the opportunities and threats can be external factors po natin. Kailangan is malaman ng lahat, okay, ng tao na part ng organization natin yan. Kasi sabi natin, kailangan natin ng committed individuals to be effective, okay, yung ating strategic management plan. Sayang yung mga steps na ginawa po natin if it's not communicated and distributed widely. So, tapos na tayo dun sa ating process of performing external audit. Okay, now let's now look on the approaches na ginagamit po natin through the external audit. So, yung first approach natin, okay, it is the industrial organization or the IOVU. It is the approach to competitive advantage that advocates external. Pag sinabi natin external, we are also talking about the industry, kaya nga siya industrial organization or the IOVU, or sometimes it is called industrial analysis kasi ang tinitingnan natin is the external, yung something na hindi talaga siya controlled of the organization po natin. So, these are the factors that are more important. Okay, sabi po natin dito, it is more important than the internal factors in a firm achieving competitive advantage. So, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is the competitive advantage. Later on, bibigyan natin ng definition yan. But for now, the industrial organization view is saying na mas importante yung pagtingin sa external or the industry factors rather than the internal. Bakit kaya, no? So, we're going to have wider discussion of that later. So, we have here the proponents of the IO view such as si Michael Porter. Meron din po siyang ginawang list, okay, of the external factors that will be discussed later on sa ating mga discussions pa po natin. Contend that the organizational performance will be primarily determined by the industry forces. So, para kay Michael Porter, para makita natin yung organizational performance ng isang company, kailangan po nating i-determine yung kanyang industry forces. So, and the industrial organization's view is also talking about the competitive advantage is determined largely by the competitive positioning within an industry according to the IO advocates. So, ang sinasabi po nila na si competitive advantage, okay, yung when we are talking about competitive advantage, that is a factors that allow a company to produce goods or services better than or more cheaply than its rival. So, paano tayo magkakaroon ng mas magandang goods and services kaysa sa ating mga rival? Okay, is through determining largely yung ating industry. Okay, so sabi nila, para ma-determine natin itong si competitive advantage na tinatawag po natin, we really need to look on the competitive positioning. Okay, so titingnan natin yung outside rather than yung ating inside. Okay, para sa mga IO advocates or the industrial organization view advocates. So, IO theories also contend that the external factors in general and the industry in which a firm chooses to compete has a stronger influence on the firm's performance than do the internal functional decision managers make in marketing, finance, and the like. So, para sa kanila, sa mga advocates or IO theories po natin, mas importante yung mga external factors, okay? In general, sa industry po natin, rather than yung ating mga internal functional decisions, okay, na ginagawa ng mga managers natin in marketing, finance, and the like. Okay, so the industrial view has enhanced our understanding of strategic management. Okay? So, para sa atin, na hindi naman tayo IO theorists or hindi naman tayo IO advocates, napaka-importante ni IO view or ni industrial organization or the industry analysis as a whole. Kasi pag pinag-aaralan po natin yung external forces, ibig sabihin po nun ay pinag-aaralan natin yung something na hindi natin makokontrol. Kasi sabi ko sa inyo, si internal forces or the internal factors are something that is controllable under the organization po natin. Ano-ano yung mga yon? It is our strength and weakness. It is something that we can control inside the organization. Pero yung opportunities and threats natin and the key external factors are something na hindi natin mamamanage talaga. So, kailangan po natin silang ma-identify to be able to grab the opportunities and avoid yung mga threats or possible threats na pwede po nating makuha. However, it is not a question of whether external or internal factors are important in gaining and maintaining competitive advantage. So, hindi tayo dito nag-aaway or hindi mahalaga yung pag-uway natin kung mas importante ba si external, mas importante ba si internal. So, hindi po yun, no? What is more important, okay, of rather than looking at the external and then yung internal is through effective integration and understanding of both external and internal factors is the key to securing and keeping a competitive advantage. So, ano ulit yung competitive advantage? It is our ability, di ba, to be able to produce better goods or services, or kung hindi better, cheaper, no? How are we going to do that? Comparing to our competitors, ganyan, is not just yung ating external factor, but yung effective integration natin, ng pagkakaintindi po natin ng external and internal. Kasi kahit naman na sobrang alam na natin yung external, if wala tayong strength, wala tayong yung masyadong marami yung weakness natin rather than yung strength natin, then internal yan, no? Something na pwede sana nating makontrol. But when kapag ang gusto lang natin is yung external lang yung titingnan natin, then magkakaroon tayo ng problema. So, importante na merong effective integration. Okay? In understanding yung both external and internal factors po natin para magkaroon tayo ng competitive advantage. Yun naman ang goal ng strategic management, is to be able to see yung competitive advantage po natin, or yung ability natin to compete with other firms outside our company, or even in our industry. Okay? So that would be the discussion of the industrial organization, or the IOU. I hope that you have understand it. Okay? Yung mga external factors na tinutukoy po natin dito will be discussed on our next video presentation. Yun na yung personal analysis natin, yung political, yung environmental, economical, technological, yung mga yon will be discussed on our next video. So I am hoping that you have understand our topic. If ever you have question, don't hesitate to comment down or message me on my messenger, or you can also contact through yung ating Google Classroom. Thank you so much everyone thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have learned something. If you wish to see more materials from me, you can consider on subscribing to our channel. Thank you.